gentlemen, you're listening to an interview that Corey and I are doing with an old friend, Gary Cope. Gary is the president of a company called Orex Minerals. In the interest of full disclosure, I have to say that I am a shareholder in Orex Minerals. I was a shareholder in Gary's prior company, Orco Silver. Did quite well on that. Thank you very much. We asked Gary to stop by the booth here at the Cambridge House Investment Conference because we want to chat a little bit about what's going on with Orex. Orex I like, and I'm a shareholder because you guys are diversified. You got properties in Mexico, you've got properties in Sweden. It just seems to be getting better and better.
British Columbia?
Yeah, and British Columbia, obviously.
Yeah, it is getting better and better, Al. You learn a lot in this business, and one thing I learned with Orco was, as before we sold it off, we got a lot of criticism for being a one-project company, and lost a lot of investors, potential investors, because we only had one project. So we've remedied that in Orex. I think we have we have 4 projects, 3 of which I think are standalone, could stand alone on their own. We've brought in big partners. We've got Fresnillo on one. We're working on another big one that I can't talk about yet, but hopefully we'll be able to soon. And, I think Orex is in a much better position at this stage of its life than Orco ever was.
Gary, there's no doubt that the last 2 years in the precious metals industry has been quite rough, and that can be seen by a lot of charts out there. Unfortunately, Orex follows that pattern. But we have seen it start to bottom here. I am a shareholder. I continue to hold my shares. What can I look forward to this year for Orco or Orex? What news are we going to see?
Well, one thing we can control, Corey, is news flow. With having multiple projects, we're going to have news flow constant. I mean, we're going to have 4 projects that will all have work being done on them during the summer and the fall, and 2 of them starting already. So you're going to have constant news flow. You're going to have, we can't control the rebound in the market, but let's knock on wood and hope that is happening now. It seems to be, and that will also bring a lot of interest and focus on the company.
Gary, where are you concentrating? Sweden, Mexico, or BC, or a little bit of each?
That's a good question, Al. I would say we're concentrating, at this point, if you ask me, we'd be concentrating on Los Cristones in Mexico. Of course, Fresnillo's working on Quenedo in Mexico, and that'll be constant. So, but our focus, since we're not the operator on that project, will be on Los Cristones, and then transferring to Sweden, where we get Sweden going here this summer. So, and then we also will have a major program in BC to spend the flow-through money we raised last fall.
Let's talk a little bit about what you guys are going to be doing up here in British Columbia.
Well, we have an interesting project. We have 2 projects, actually, one in northern BC and one in southern BC. We'll be focusing on the southern BC project, which is in the Kootenays. It's a project that was a joint venture between Astro, which is the company we acquired, and Kootenay Silver. We are in the process of getting 100% of that from Kootenay Silver, and then we'll be doing drilling and probably a bulk sample. Has a small resource on it. Very high-grade gold project, 7 to 10 grams, and we're looking to expand it.
Gary, approximately how much money does Orex have to spend in BC and also allocate to the other properties?
The flow-through funds we have to spend $1.2 million this year, and we do have that already. We've got probably 1.4 allocated for that, and which we have to spend 1.2. And then other than that, we have just under $1 million, and again, stay tuned, but we'll be doing some more financing. Probably some very interesting financing with a major.
Well, given the fact that you have a major partner on some of the assets down in Mexico, and given the fact that you have such a promising, for lack of better terms, property in Sweden, I'm looking for some good things to happen. As a shareholder, I'm looking for some good things to happen here in 2014.
And I think they will, Al. I think we're well set up. We're financed. One thing we were lucky enough with the Orco sale is that our reputation was enhanced so that we could get financing during the tough times. And I think our guys are very anxious to get on all the projects, and we think we can produce a stream of good news.
Stay tuned, no question about it. Gary is a good friend. Orex is a company that both Corey and I are invested in, so don't construe this as being investment advice, but you will be getting all the news flow from Orex that will be coming out this year, and then you make up your own mind.